After living for 5 years with her Aunt Det, an orphan girl named Heidi is finally being taken to the Swiss Alps to live with her grandfather. Det has gotten a job in Frankfurt and can't take Heidi with her, ignoring warnings from neighbors that her grandfather, Alp Oi, is antisocial and possibly dangerous. On their way up the mountain, Heidi discards her boots and dress to run freely in her underdress, reveling in the freedom of movement. Upon arrival, Alp Oi angrily kicks them out, declaring he won't take care of the girl. Det pretends to leave, but secretly instructs Heidi to stay while she runs away. Alp Oi notices this and yells at Det, but Heidi reassures him she doesn't want her either. Refusing to accept the child, Alp Oi locks himself inside, and Heidi decides to sleep in the barn with the goats. The next morning, Alp Oi gives her goat milk for breakfast and takes her to church. The priest examines Heidi and declares her healthy and strong, insisting it's Alp Oi's duty to care for his blood. When Alp Oi refuses, the priest comments that he will come back in 3 days to take Heidi to Mayenfeld to see if a farmer can use her. Returning home, Heidi wonders if she should sleep in the barn again. Alp Oi tells her she can sleep wherever she wants. With only one bed and chair, Heidi finds an attic full of hay and declares it her bedroom, telling Alp Oi she doesn't want to leave, but he gives no answer. The following day, goat herd Peter comes to collect Alp Oi's goats. Alp Oi asks him to take Heidi along and teach her mountain skills. With cheese and sausage for lunch, Heidi joins Peter, enjoying her time outdoors far more than being cooped up inside. While playing, Peter sneaks a bite of her food, blaming the goats when Heidi notices. Two goats fight, and Peter strikes them to stop it. Heidi intervenes, proposing a deal. If he never hits the goats again, she'll share her food. Peter agrees, but asks her not to tell Alp Oi, warning that people say he once killed someone. Back home, Heidi acts awkwardly around her grandfather and chooses to sleep in the barn. Alp Oi guesses she has heard the rumors and asks what she trusts more, rumors or her own eyes and ears. Heidi chooses her judgment and hugs him before climbing to her attic bedroom. The following day, Heidi continues to bond with Peter, while Alp Oi works on carpentry, touched by her affection. When she returns home, she's surprised by a second chair at the table and the news that she can stay for good. Weeks pass, with Heidi enjoying life with Peter, even cutting her hair for comfort. Peter must leave for school, so Heidi realizes she wants an education too. Town neighbors encourage Alp Oi to send her to school, but he refuses, explaining winter would prevent her from coming down the mountain. When snow falls, Alp Oi carves a bird for Heidi, but it doesn't cheer her up. Instead, he builds a sleigh, and they enjoy sliding down the mountain. Heidi visits Peter and his family, meeting his blind grandmother and learning about his struggles with school. Heidi returns to Alp Oi's home, grateful for his care. Det returns with a proposal to take Heidi to her employers, offering friends and school. Alp Oi refuses, arguing that Det's sudden concern is suspicious. Det sneaks further into the mountains to convince Heidi, who reluctantly allows herself to go. In Frankfurt, Heidi meets the Siesemann family, the butler Sebastian, maid Tinette, and strict governess Rottenmeier. Heidi also meets Clara, a wheelchair-bound girl. They immediately bond, though Heidi struggles to adapt to manners, proper clothing, and structured learning. Heidi secretly hides bread rolls and dreams of the mountains. She teaches Clara about life outside the house, including sneaking her out to see the city. They climb the city tower, disappointed not to see the mountains, but Clara buys kittens to brighten her mood. Rottenmeier panics when the girls are missing, but Sebastian finds them. The kittens accidentally scare Rottenmeier, providing comic relief. At dinner, Heidi faces punishment but tries to help Clara, showing her loyalty and kindness. Heidi begins practicing reading with grandmother Siesemann, who encourages her to put in effort despite hearing that Peter claimed it was useless. With persistence, Heidi improves and reads stories aloud, earning approval and securing her place in the house. At night, Heidi sleepwalks, longing for the mountains. She opens doors, stares into the distance, and leaves bread rolls for the needy. The doctor observes her homesickness, and Mr. Siesemann agrees to send her home to heal, despite Clara's distress. Heidi prepares to leave, taking gifts for the mountains and Clara. She reunites with Peter, her grandfather, and returns to her old mountain life. She resumes her routines with the goats and enjoys nature while also attending school during winter months. Heidi keeps up with her studies despite a strict teacher and peer ridicule and writes letters to Clara expressing her longing. Grandmother Sesemann later brings Clara to the mountains and the girls reunite joyfully. Heidi teaches Clara mountain life, wearing simple clothes, tending goats, sleeping on hay, and exploring nature. Peter grows jealous and initially refuses to join them, but eventually learns to accept Clara and Heidi's friendship. One morning, Peter pushes Clara's wheelchair off a cliff, and Altboy carries her on his back, guiding the girls through the mountains. Clara experienced the beauty of the landscape and gradually learns to walk with Heidi and Peter's help. Grandmother Sesemann later returns to collect Clara. Seeing her walking on her own, the family's doubts vanish. She gives Heidi a notebook and pen, encouraging her to write stories and follow her happiness. After saying goodbye to Clara, Heidi resumes life with Peter, now writing daily. She continues exploring, learning, and enjoying the mountains, embracing both her freedom and newfound love of stories.